is around the corner and it is one of my favorite holidays of the year. Noruz translates to a new year, celebrating the first day of spring. We always celebrate with a festive menu that's predominantly made with herbs. Today I'm going to show you a quick tutorial on how to make Sabzi Polo, which is mixed herb rice, Cuckoo Sabzi, which is a mixed herb frittata, and salmon with some pesto sauce. And I'm going to be making it with a walnut and rocket pesto. I usually spend a lot of time in the kitchen chopping herbs for the New Year lunch. Here I've got a large selection of mixed herbs, and I'll be sharing all the instructions in the comment section. And I'll just finely chop them and prepare them on the side to prepare all the different recipes for lunch. I try to use as much fresh ingredients as possible when I make my Noruz lunch, but there are some ingredients that aren't always readily available. Here I have some wild chives, which I had received about a month back, and all I did was I washed and chopped it and froze it so that it's ready to use for my rice. And all I'm going to do is add it to my herb mixture. And in here I have a wonderful mixture of parsley, dill, green onions, chives, and garlic chives. And if you find that you can't find garlic chives, a great alternative is just to add roughly chopped garlic cloves. My mixture is ready, and now we can start preparing the rice. When I'm preparing my Noruz lunch, I always start by preparing my rice. Here I've got my water boiling, and I have some rice which I've allowed to soak for about 5 to 6 hours. And I'll just add it to my water. It's important to highlight that I always soak my rice with salt. What this does is it protects the grain from breaking and adds lots of flavor, so you don't have to add any more extra salt during the cooking process. And all I'm going to do now is wait for the water to boil, for the kernels to start floating on the top, and that's usually my sign that it's parboiled. Once the rice kernels start to float to the surface of the water, that's usually a good telltale sign that your rice is ready to be drained. With my rice ready and my mixed herbs chopped, I'm just going to start layering my pot with the parboiled rice and the mixed herbs. I always start by adding some vegetable oil to the base. Now be generous, because this is going to help create that beautiful tahdig texture. And I'll start by adding a layer of rice and a layer of mixed herb. I also like to add some dried dill to the herb mixture. I feel like it does a wonderful job of elevating all the flavors. And now I'll just continue layering with the rice and herb until I finish with both ingredients. And now I'm just going to use my spoon to pull the edges to the side. I'm trying to create steam airways so that the rice can fully cook properly together. In a small bowl or jug, I'm just going to combine about 1 cup of water, some butter, and a tiny pinch of saffron powder. Give everything a nice mix. Add it to the rice and listen to that sizzle. Wrap your pot lid with a kitchen towel and cover. And I always place a heat diffuser below the pot so that I can cook my rice evenly, and this ensures that I have a beautiful tahdig in the end. I'll lower the heat to a medium level and let this down for about 45 minutes. And in the meantime, I have time to prepare my Cuckoo Sabzi and my fish. For my Cuckoo Sabzi, I have a combination of mixed herbs, and you can find the exact ratio in my Cuckoo Sabzi video. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to add my ingredients. Here I've got some flour. I like to add some walnuts for some bite, some barberry, or as we call it, zereshk. I'll season with just black pepper and salt. And to it I'll add my eggs. And this is what's going to help combine all the ingredients together. And with a spatula, just mix everything. Now traditionally this recipe is pan-fried, but I'm going to create a healthier alternative and I'll bake it. I've already showed you how to prepare this recipe as little cupcake bites for a sharing platter, but when I'm cooking it for lunch, I usually use a cake pan. Spray your pan with non-stick spray or just coat it with some grease. And just pour the mixture. And I'm gonna bake this in the oven for about 20 to 25 minutes until it has a bit of a golden brown color, and I preheated it at 200 degrees Celsius. I've got my rice cooking, my Cuckoo Sabzi in the oven, and now time to prepare my salmon. Lightly season your salmon with some salt. You don't want to put too much because the pesto sauce has some salt in it. And here I have a green pesto sauce, which I'm going to just gently coat on my fish. And this is definitely not a traditional recipe, but this is my interpretation of mixed herbs on a fish. I also like to add some sun-dried tomato. Now you can either use strips of sun-dried tomato or sun-dried tomato pesto, and here I'm just gonna add some dollops gently on top of the green pesto. And these two flavors are going to be incredible. Now this beauty is ready to go into the oven. Now I've preheated it at 240 degrees Celsius, but ideally you want to preheat your oven at whatever the maximum temperature is. And I'll bake this for about 15 to 20 minutes and this should be ready. My Cuckoo Sabzi is ready and it looks perfect. It has a beautiful golden brown color on the surface and this is ready to be served. I've plated my Cuckoo Sabzi and now I'm just going to cut it into little wedges so that everyone can just help themselves to a slice. My Sabzi Polo is now ready to be served. The smell of the garlic chives is really what makes this dish incredible. And I'll just plate it. Just make sure to fluff it up a little bit. My salmon is ready and it looks spectacular. And there you have it, a wonderful Noruz lunch prepared in literally no time. It's a wonderful way to start the new year, lots of delicious flavors, and all you need is some family and love and good company. Hope you guys like this recipe. Happy Noruz, Noruz Mubarak. Now comes the best part. Time to serve up the ultimate plate. A little bit of rice, some salmon, and my favorite, Cuckoo Sabzi. Always make sure you have a bite of everything. A little bit of fish, a little bit of Cuckoo Sabzi, and a nice big bite. Mmm. Mmm. So much flavor. Honestly, guys, you guys have to try this. Mmm. See you guys later.